Hello and welcome to today's video. I'm Jo McRogers, grief therapist. Today, our quest to do grief differently means we're going to explore another model of grief to help guide your bereavement. And today, I want to share with you a model of grief that I find quite insightful and supportive. It's the 6 R's of grief, developed by grief expert Dr. Therese Rando. And this model offers a compassionate and comprehensive roadmap for understanding and moving through the grieving process. So please have a listen, search for which parts appeal to you as you navigate through your own unique grief, and let us know at the end. I have included my own personal and professional spins on each of the 6 R's. The 6 R's of grief are: number 1, recognize the loss. The first step is to truly recognize the loss. And while this might sound straightforward, it's more than just acknowledging that someone or something is gone. It's about deeply understanding the whole picture of the impact of this loss on your life. It involves facing the reality of loss, even when it feels too painful to do so. I will often ask my clients, my students, and my members to do an honest grief inventory. Our natural response to grief is often to minimize and divert or distract from recognizing the whole picture of our grief. And number 2, react. React to the reality. Next, we react. And this is where we allow ourselves to feel the full range of reactions and emotions that come with the loss. That range of sadness, anger, confusion, and even relief at some times. It's important to give yourself permission to feel those thoughts and emotions without judging them. They are a natural part of the grieving process. And those of you who know me know that I call this sitting in the shite of grief. As a grief specialist, though, I always ensure that it's safe for people to sit in the shite. Learning tools and techniques and feeling supported is essential to your grief work. And the 3rd R, recollect and re-experience the relationship. The 3rd R is necessary for you to understand that you will need to reflect and process this loss through the lens of the nature of that relationship. And this means reflecting on your memories, both good and bad, and understanding what that relationship has meant to you. Grief is grief is grief until it is your own grief. And the nuances of your personal history with the person who has died needs to be central in your own unique grief work. And number 4, relinquish the old attachments. Moving into our grief is going to mean that we must relinquish old attachments. Now, this doesn't mean forgetting or letting go of the love and relationship that you have for the person or pet or thing that you've lost. Instead, it's about letting go of the roles, expectations, identities, and futures that are no longer possible. It's a way of making space for the possibility of a new beginning. I always say grief brings us many quests, and one of our quests naturally is to want to get back to being normal. But sadly, normal is not possible. So with time and support, relinquishing the old attachments is needed in order to make way for some new. But please don't confuse this with the "I just need to get over it" false quest. The 5th step is to readjust to the new world without forgetting the old life. Life after loss is never the same, and this step involves finding a new normal. It's about integrating the loss into your life in a way that allows you to move forward while still honoring the past. I always use the word integrate and never use the word closure. Closure makes people feel that they are now somehow done with it, and then they become fearful of moving away from their person. But integrating this loss involves finding your own personal manner and means of carrying your loved one into your everyday and future life. And finally, we come to the 6th R that Dr. Therese Rando writes about: to reinvest in the future. And this is about finding hope again, setting new goals, and opening yourself up to new experiences and relationships. Now, it's a very gradual process. There are no fixed timelines, and it's important to move at your own pace, knowing eventually it will feel okay to live and love again. Many grievers will actually find a new sense of purpose or honoring and meaning. Many grievers have no more room for just kind of playing nice in life because their new guidelines for living and loving have become crystal clear through their grief. The 6 R's of grief provide a compassionate and structured way to begin to navigate the complex world of loss. And remember, there is no right or wrong way to grieve, only what feels right and serves you individually, and that you don't have to go through this alone. So whether you seek support from a trusted friend, a counselor, or a community, reaching out can make a world of difference, and it will support the model that you choose to use. So please, as a community, use the comment section below. Was this a new concept to you? What have you tried that either worked or didn't work for you as you were navigating your grief? Let's learn and support together. If you would like some help to do your grief work, please have a look at my website. I've designed several services that can support you at the right time, in the right way, when you are ready. And thank you for joining me today. I hope that this model brings you some sense of direction, comfort, or guidance as you work your way through your grief. And as you do work to find what supports your grief, I send you kind thoughts, kind words, and a kind heart. Thank you, and take good care.